Right, Forest fans, Max Newton here, giving you a quick preview of Nottingham Forest versus Luton Town at the world famous City Ground under the lights, getting into must-win game territory after a draw at home to Luton, which might turn out to be a decent point, but I think, like the manager says, it's a decent point if we back it up with 3 points at home to Fulham. Fulham are blowing hot and cold, but they're a really good side. I think they're a much better side than Crystal Palace, and they've had much better results recently than Crystal Palace. And they've got some really good players: Willian, Jimenez, Tom Kearney, who's a Forest fan, of course, Bobby Decordova-Reid. They have got quality all over the pitch, and they've really showed that in games, even pretty recently, against Manchester United and other games. And of course, they spanked us 5-0 early in the season, and they won the next game after that 5-0 as well. So they've got goals all over the pitch. And even though they had a bit of a nightmare against the idiots down the road at Bramall Lane, they still scored 3 goals and came back to draw the game. And they dominated possession against Sheffield United. I think they had like 76% possession, even though they'd gone down 3-1 at one point. So really dangerous side, and really much better than Palace. So it makes it a crying shame that we didn't take advantage of the Palace opportunity when they came to town on a really run of bad form. And I'm a bit concerned that the Premier League's given us sides out of form, out of confidence, with loads of players injured, tired, at the right time for us to go and play them, and the manager's not taking advantage of that, and it's the manager that's not taking advantage of that, and that's away at Brighton, that's away at Luton, and that's a home at Palace. Nonetheless, we can win this, and we can win this, I think, with some changes to the starting formation and the starting lineup that we had for the Palace game. Sangare out. Don't want to see him in a Forest shirt again this season, quite frankly. If we keep hold of him in the summer, somebody's going to have to do a hell of a lot of work with him to get him to be anywhere near Premier League ready. He's miles off it, doesn't track his man, crumbles under pressure, gives the ball away, just way off it. So maybe Dominguez comes into midfield, or the adventurous team pick would be Reina into midfield, and maybe playing ahead of Morgan Gibbs-White, and Morgan Gibbs-White sitting, but one of those two alongside Ryan Yates. And I think at the back, I think Oleina, really, really good down the left. Great to see him back. Nico Williams down the right. Centre-back pairing, I'd like to see Murillo and Bolly. I think Felipe absolutely gone. And I think, I called that 3 or 4 games ago. He's looked way off the pace again. And I don't understand why the manager can't see things like this, because I ain't no football manager, and it's been really obvious to me that he's just not up to it anymore. It seems to have been since the ponytail went, his Premier League readiness has gone. So Bolly, I'd like to see, or Nikate in with Murillo. Midfield, I've said, obviously Morgan Gibbs-White. Maybe Morgan Gibbs-White in this slightly deeper role, and Reina ahead of him. And for goodness sake, Nuno, play Callum Hudson-Odoi, Anthony Elanga supporting Chris Wood, and providing the ammunition for the master blaster to put them in the back of the net. It's really simple. It's so simple. It hurts when we see you, I don't know what you're thinking, overthinking it probably, and playing Origi or playing somebody else on one wing. They're the players that are scoring goals, that are creating chances, especially creating chances for Chris Wood. Divock Origi don't create chances for Chris Wood. Elanga and Callum Hudson-Odoi do, and they score goals. They have to start. If they don't start, big questions asked of the manager. Big questions asked of the manager. Score prediction, I'm going to go for a 1-1. I'm going to go for a 1-1 that it probably creeps us another point ahead of Luton, Sheffield United and Burnley, but we walk away from the ground feeling still disappointed, and looking to Everton and the Premier League Points Commission Hopefully a big docking of points there, but it's a bit sad that it has to come to this. But yeah, what else I want to say is, didn't say after the game up against Palace, but huge big up to Forza Garibaldi for another tremendous display. They heard that people wanted more displays. They delivered in absolute style, and it was brilliant. So well done, and let's take that atmosphere into the game against Fulham. Get behind all the boys, and hopefully cheer us on to victory. Come on, you Reds.